but yeah, there's plenty of Wolves to go from. But LemonTea, of course, has their different style to play. The character can be flexible in so many regards. God damn it. Oh my god, but here's sometimes the matchup that you have to play as Wolf. You're fast, but some of your frame depth compared to at least the other Spacies can be a little bit slower. So you have to start spacing characters out. And Lucina just kind of does that too. So Wolf has to rely on that laser to really be extra effective and get these massive punishes, which LemonTea has been able to find two of, which is Spite's percent basically doubled, or Stretch's percent basically doubled than LemonTea's right now.
Yeah, and also the big thing is both players like to play at the same tempo. They both do that double short hop. Wait, like they're really good at like using their movement to try to get their opponents to like guess whether they're actually approaching or if they're just kind of if they're trying to position for a whiff punish. I really like that. Ending it early to try to get try to scout out the air dodge.
The little walk away as he was waiting for Stretch to commit to something. But I mean, good on Stretch. Like Lucina they're a character that can play super safe basically in any situation. So as you wait your opponent out, might as well try to see if you can poke with things like F tilt. We see even the pivot cancel F tilt missing the punish is LemonTea, and I mean they're gonna ride it out to a very even game despite the original start. And now it's really gonna depend on who can find this big finisher as they both just try and dash dance around each other.
But, you know, Stretch, no stranger to just, like, you know, getting his data and then calling it out with, like, the option you never expected. But LemonTea also barely used that bear, but, wow, okay, yep. Hey. Both firing back, but, you know.
Drop from payload kill move. It's just, like, it just works.
it definitely does just work, but LemonTea barely used the bear, and then he finally waited for, like, Stretch to finally fully commit to trying to punish the his high full hop nairs.
Huge F tilt and a huge combo in general. After just one air dodge read, it was a massive combo that ended in back air and a ledge trap situation. So like 89 out of just one read, you definitely feeling super good. But this is the type of percent where Wolf can start to tally things up, and one landing fair can mean the end of this stock if you are Stretch. And basically right now, if he finds the right positioning for it. I love that pressure. And
oh my gosh, he even tries to save him. He's like, are you gonna live this? But Stretch right now is really playing these counter hit scenarios like really intelligently, because a lot of times he'll space in such a way in slow falls, so it looks like he's looking for a reaction nair dodge or an air dodge away, and then he'll use like a fast button like nair to just barely microspace out of LemonTea's attempted juggle.
Really trying to make Stretch a little bit scared. Stretch has room to play and just jumping out of the corner. Like if you notice that LemonTea is going to be buffering a lot of spot dodges, you just go right by him. You can run through spot dodges, and that's exactly what Stretch did. Just a simple dash through and then a quick jump.
But also on the opposite end like that, you can dash through the roll get up. So like a lot of things like I'll do and I'll see other top players do is try to react to a neutral get up and then dash through pivot grab.
Yeah, I mean it's stuff that you really have to call out, so it's not as easy as previous games. But alas, Stretch will wait you out and really notice the little things in order to get these openings. I mean, it's a matchup where the characters they play as good as the players are, and LemonTea makes a massive play to completely change the trajectory of that game. It was starting to get spaced out. It was starting to slip out of his claws ever so slightly, with the picks away that Stretch had been doing and the spacing that Stretch had been doing. But LemonTea gets one solid hit and is able to take it for a mile.
Yep.
That was insane.
And it all comes back to is these players are so tempo based, but like they really like to wait and just try to and not really like take those hard swings until they know they can actually get the commit. And since they're such solid players, when they're solid in their swings, it's not a good time to be you.
Another ledge hop. That time it was a ledge hop air dodge, but you definitely have to be a little bit scared of using your jump because of things like that. Lucina's edge guarding is nothing to sleep on. And like losing your jump as Wolf, he's too much of a fast faller to easily recover without it.
But what does save him, unlike the other spaces, he has phenomenal air drift.
That's true, yeah.
So he can really abuse his air dodge to get right next to the ledge or even just drift in. and then try to save his double jump, or even position where he can either side B or up B, and you have to 50-50 guess on the timing.
I love the spots where Stretch is literally just standing there. Meanwhile, LemonTea is like short hopping all over the place. It's like, okay, like I know it's really good, but like, what are you gonna do out of it?
I mean, Stretch, like I put him a couple days ago, and like he wasn't afraid to just kind of stare at me and just like, I'll wait here all day. He pulls a Clune where he doesn't mind moving. Oh, but speaking of not moving, LemonTea never gives up on the ground reads. Finally catches the neutral getup he's been looking for all set. Taking a huge lead coming out from here.
The way it really seems is like Stretch is trying to really dissect you and understand what you're going to do out of things, and he's able to really poke with those huge edge guards because he sees like, oh, like LemonTea does a lot of empty hopping. I can expect that off stage as well. Meanwhile, LemonTea looks for the huge play. He looks for the big swing, the home run, the haymaker, all those like idioms, I guess. And it really ends up mattering when you play as Wolf because you don't want your opponent to get to those high percents where you're out of the kill combo. You just want to end them right away.
Just having to play around, like, especially like with this disjoint, having to play around grab or like maybe back air isn't really your favorite thing to do.
Okay, reverse hitbox on Bayonet saves the F tilt. That's
actually goes high on the side B for once rather than going straight to ledge. Really saves him. Wave lands on the platform to set up for that. Yep, the big swing as you were saying earlier. He just played around that platform every time, and most of the time he give it up because he's like, okay, I'm gonna try to keep tabs on how he's like where he's swinging at his disadvantage, and he called out that Stretch was trying to react to a button, trying to react to a grounded button.
Yeah, it's a little bit overzealous to force Stretch. In some of these recent plays, he's been trying to be a little bit more proactive, which LemonTea, like, he's very willing to ramp up the pace of the game and slow it down depending on how it goes. But a high-paced game and a game with a high tempo is exactly what it wants to be. Like, LemonTea wants to hit buttons in your face, and Wolf's got some really, really good ones, especially when compared to Lucina, who can kind of struggle in that spot. Like, he's really good, really safe on shield and really safe on block, but he's not so safe when you're right up next to her throwing out that massive back air that's going to kill you at whatever Wolf wants you to make.
I feel like that's the biggest thing is that LemonTea has played that set around